Hello, this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we are doing equations and inequations, and we are going to rearrange some formulas. Now to do that, you want to use all the same techniques that you've learned to solve equations. So it's just like you are going to solve an equation, except that you are going to move other pronumerals around like they were numbers. Okay, so that's what it says basically in this box here. So to rearrange formulas, use the same techniques as you do for solving equations. Treat the other pronumerals as numbers. So, for example here, we want to make x the subject in each of these equations that we have here. So you can see that there is a y in there. There's some numbers as well. So we want to move everything away from the x. So the first thing that you would move would be the 7. We want to add 7. And add 7. That moves that away. Now you can't actually add y and 7, so you'll have to just write y plus 7 is equal to 3x. Then, to get rid of the 3, we would divide by 3, which means we divide this one by 3. Now you can't actually divide anything in that expression there, so that is your answer, y plus 7 over 3. So I've just rewritten that with the x on the left-hand side. So that is the formula rearranged so that x is the subject of that equation. Let's do it again for question 2. W equals 4x over 9. So we want to get the x by itself. The first thing to do is to get rid of the 9. Multiply 9. Now 9 times w is 9w equals 4x. Now get rid of the 4, so I need to divide by 4. Okay, let's cross out those. And now let's swap sides on this last line here. X is now by itself, and I get 9w over 4. Okay, they were the two warm-up ones. They're going to get a little bit trickier. Question 3. To rearrange this equation, I'm going to have to expand these brackets first. So 4 times y is 4y. 4 times 3 is 12, equals 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times minus x is minus 5x. Alright, the x is what we want by itself. So we're going to need to have our x positive. We don't like to have to divide by negative numbers, which is where we're going to be heading if we do this the way it is at the moment. So what I will do is I'm going to actually add the 5x to move it over to the other side, and that will make it positive. Okay, so I have 4y plus 12 plus 5x is equal to 10. Now I can subtract away these other two terms. Now I could do them one at a time, or you could do them both together. I'm going to subtract 4y and subtract 12, subtract 4y and subtract 12. So that would leave me with 5x equals 10 minus 4y minus 12. And finally, that just means I have a 5 here to get rid of, so that the x is by itself. So I want to divide by 5, which means I divide all of this, because whenever you divide, you have to divide everything. So divide everything by 5. And that's the final answer. I just am running out of room to write it. I might just write it over the side here for you. X equals 10 minus 4y minus 12 over 5. Okay, that's our answer. Alright, let's look at question 4. So again, we've got lots of brackets here, so let's expand those out first. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times minus y is minus 5y. Now this isn't in the brackets, it's just added on the end, so plus 1. Expanding the second bracket, 7 times 2y is 14y. Then 7 times by minus x is minus 7x. Alright, there is actually 2 x terms here. So when that happens, you need to collect them up. You can't get x by itself if there's 2 of them floating around. You have to collect them up. So let's add this 7x over to here. Okay, and that will collect them up. So 5 plus 7 is 12x. And then we still have these other things floating around. Write those down again. Okay, then let's get rid of these extra terms here. So I'm going to add the 5y to move it, and I'm going to subtract the 1. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. So I need to do it over here. I need to add the 5y and subtract the 1. So it's 12x is equal to 14y plus 5y minus 1. I'm nearly there. All I need to do is get rid of this 12. So I divide by 12, divide all that by 12, and x is by itself. So I'll write my answer over here again. X is equal to 14y plus 5y minus 1 all over 12. Okay, one more question. M equals y minus a over x minus b. We want x by itself. Now x is on the bottom of a fraction. Now whenever that happens, you need to get it off the denominator. So you always multiply it over to the other side. So I'm going to multiply that x minus b over to this other side over here. Now it's a little bit strange to write it like this. Okay, so I'm basically going m multiplied by x minus b, like that, is equal to y minus a. So I've multiplied the whole denominator over to this side. Now I had to introduce brackets to do that, so let's expand the brackets. M times x, then m times b, so minus m times b, is equal to y minus a. Okay, now I've got all these things here with my x. So first of all, let's move this term. I would need to add mb. That's gone. So mx is equal to y minus a. Now it can't actually be added to either of those things, so it's going to sit at the end, plus mb. Now there is an m in front of my x, so to get rid of it, divide by m, which means all of this has to go over m, like that. Now you can't cancel that because you'd have to be able to divide everything by m in order to cancel. So my answer is x equals y minus a plus mb all over m. Okay, so there were some tricky questions in there. Over the page, there is a few questions for you to practice. Okay, so stop the video to attempt these 4 questions and restart the video to see the answers. So question 1, we're rearranging to make x the subject. So x is over on this side, I need to move the 8 and the 5. So first of all, let's do the 8. We need to add 8. and add 8. Now this 8 can actually be added to the 2, so I would get y plus 2 plus 8 is 10. I can add those together. Is equal to 5x. Okay, now I get rid of this 5 by dividing by 5. So the 5 is gone from here, and I'm going to put the x on the left hand side. So x is equal to y plus 10 over 5. There it is. Alright, question 2. Let's get x by itself. Now x is multiplied with a pi and a y. You can actually divide by the pi and the y at the same time. So I can divide this side by the pi and the y. That's gone and that's gone. So that's my question done in one step. X is equal to d over pi y. Done. Question 3. So we have some brackets, so let's expand them out. 6x is the first bit, and then 6 times c, so minus 6c, equals 5x plus 3c. Now we have some collecting of terms we can do here. If I can subtract the 5x, because it's the smallest x term. Okay, 6x minus 5x is 1x, just x, I don't need to write the 1. And then I can move the 6c away, so I would add 6c. Get rid of that. X is equal to 3 plus 6 is 9c. That's it. X is equal to 9c. Done. Question 4. Okay, the first thing that would have to move would be this positive 1. Okay, it's the furthest away, it's not impacting anything else, so I subtract the 1. That would give me b minus 1 equals 2ax over 7. Okay, then we would need to move our denominator, so I have to times by 7. Get rid of this. Now to multiply by 7, I have to multiply everything by 7. So I need to put brackets in. 7 multiplied by b minus 1. There it is. Okay, and then I need to get rid of the 2 and the a that are multiplied with the x. So I can divide by 2a. Divide this by 2a. Okay, so there's the answer. I'm just going to rewrite it with the x on the left side. So x equals 7 bracket b minus 1 over 2a. Okay, so they can get quite tricky and they can actually keep getting harder. So find plenty of these and practice. They can all be a little bit different. Practice lots and I'll see you next time. Bye.